What's up, folks? What is up? What is up? What is up? Just a beautiful Sunday morning. You've been playing a little bit of the Fury Warrior today. Try a couple different builds, go over some of the stuff with it. We'll talk about a little bit of the talents. Kind of some of the changes that they've made. And then, of course, kind of go from there. So there's a few different things that they've changed up as far as the final tier talents that are in there. We'll kind of go what I feel like are the best options, and we'll talk about the PvP talents as well. So they still have your traditional war machine. Your auto attacks generate 10% more rage. Killing an enemy instantly generates 10 rage and increases your movement speed by 30%. In this rage, gain 6 rage whenever you enrage. And then fresh meat. Bloodthirst has a 15% chance to trigger enrage and heals you for 20% more. So, not much has changed from those. Double time, so you increase the amount of charge that you have, reduces cooldown by 3 seconds. This one's new. You get Impending Victory. This is like your victory rush. Instantly attack the target, causing 579 damage and healing you for 15% maximum health. And then of course Storm Bolt. They have hurls a weapon at an enemy, causing 241 physical damage and stunning for 4 seconds. You no longer have your AoE stun. They've moved this talent to tier 3, Reckless Abandon. Recklessness lasts 3 seconds longer and generates 100 rage. It was originally 2 seconds and 100 rage, and they've changed it to increase it another second. Bloodbath, tier 3 is now on tier 3. Causes bloodbath dealing 884 physical damage to all enemies in front of you. For the next 10 seconds, your melee attacks and abilities cause the targets to bleed for 40% additional damage. And then of course you have Avatar on tier 3. Transform into Colossus for 20 seconds, causing you to deal 20% increased damage, and removing all roots and snares. All roots and snares. That's pretty convenient. It's like, yeah, it's more PvP geared now. Tier 4, your Fury Charge also increases the healing from your next Bloodthirst by 250%. This was 300% previously. Bounding Strike reduces the cooldown on Heroic Leap by 15 seconds, and Heroic Leap now also increases your run speed by 70%. And then Warpaint, you take 10% reduced damage while Enraged is active. So they've changed the Enrage modifier a little bit, because it used to be you take damage when you enrage. You no longer take the damage, but you now have damage reduction if you decide to go with this function. Carnage Rampage costs 10 less rage and deals 10% increased damage. Pretty good. Massacre Execute increases the critical strike chance of your abilities by 10% for the 15 seconds. Second up to 3 times. So not bad if you have like a long execute phase. Because you get a 30% increase in damage. But for shorter ones, it doesn't seem like that would be too optimal, especially because now executes on a GCD and on a cooldown, so you can only do it so much in a 15-second period. Frothing Berserker Rampage now costs 95 rage and increases damage done by 10% and haste by 10%. So whenever you rampage, your damage is increased by 10% and your haste is increased by 10%. So the way that they've changed the warriors is to be kind of like a wind-up damage. It's not like you still have your cooldowns and you want to be active during your cooldowns, but it's not like where you use your cooldowns and then you're getting. Basically, you wind up the damage and then you constantly keep up the damage by going through your enrage as fast as humanly possible. Final tier, or next last tier, Inner Rage. Raging Blows cooldown is reduced by 1 second and damage increased by 15%. So you get 2 charges of it. So basically, you go from 7 seconds to 6.1 seconds on it without any additional haste or cooldown reduction. Wrecking Ball, your attacks have a chance to make your next one deal 300% damage. And then Furious Slash, you can spec into aggressively strike with your offhand weapon for full 43 physical damage. Increase your haste by 3%, 15 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. And then your final tier, Meat Cleaver. War 1 generates an additional 2 rage per target hit, maximum of 6 additional rage. Dragon Roar, you roar explosively, dealing 2506 physical damage to all enemies within 12 yards, reducing their movement speed by 50%. And then Bladestorm, become unstoppable storm of destructive force, striking all targets within 8 yards. on both weapons for 48-68 physical damage over 2.6 seconds. You are immune to movement, parrying, and loss of control effects, but you can use defensive abilities and avoid attacks. Yes, there's Manduin, being Manduin, roaring like an animal. There's Sylvanas. Apparently, when you become undead, you still keep your boobies. Oh no! Not the war machine. No. Oh shit! A Bulbasaur just popped up. Hello. We like Bulbasaurs. So PvP talents, you get your traditional adaptation, removes any loss of control effect within duration of 5 seconds or more. This effect can only occur once every 1 minute. Relentless, duration of incoming crowd control effects reduced 20%, does not stack with similar effects. And then Gladiator's Medallion, remove all movement and parrying effects and all effects with cause, loss of control of your character while in PvP combat. You get Death Sentence. Execute now has a 15-yard range, causing you to charge the targets when used. Nothing new on that one. Barbarian, increase the number of charges for Heroic Leap by 2, increases the damage done by Heroic Leap by 200%. Battle Trance, after you Raging Blow the same target twice, you go into a trance, causing you to generate 3% of your health and regenerate 5 rage every 3 seconds for 12 seconds. Using Raging Blow on a new target will cancel this effect. Thirst for Battle, Bloodthirst clears all snares and increases your movement speed by 15% for 2 seconds. Yeah! Break that thing. Oh no. Repair the blight, let it rain. Oh no, blight, we don't want that. We don't want that. Oh yeah, so Bloodthirst Battle, Bloodthirst clears all snares, increases your movement speed by 15% for 2 seconds. Slaughterhouse, when you use Bloodthirst, the damage is increased by 10%, and the cooldown is reduced by 1 second for every 20% health the target is missing. Enduring Rage, increase the duration of your enraged effect by 1 second, and your Raging Blow refreshes the duration of your rage. Now remember, you can actually you can use these PvP talents in World PvP on the islands. So to make it a little bit easy level, and you can do stuff that'll help boost your enrage, which makes it super convenient. I don't know if they intend to change that or not, but it is a good byproduct of it. Spell Reflection raises your shield, reflecting the spells cast on you lasts for 3 seconds. Death Row, you can now execute targets at below 25% health. Cooldown on your commanding shout is reduced by 2 minutes, and then disarm an enemy's weapon and shield for 4 seconds. Disarm creatures deal significantly reduced damage. So I feel like going with probably going with increased Heroic Leap, going with Slaughterhouse, and then going Death Wish, and then we'll go War Mode in just a little bit. So we'll play through it. We'll do some dungeons. Hopefully, get into a couple queues and whatnot. Kind of see how it all works out, and go from there. I think today, provided this doesn't bug out, I'm going to be playing the Fury Warrior quite a bit. Mainly because I originally wasn't going to main one for BFA, and then they made all these changes, which I really like. Uh, the main one being there's no more Fury Slash in there. We no longer have to do that build, so it'll be interesting to see. I think maybe going Wrecking Ball or using Fury Slash might be a way to go. The haste increase, the 9% haste increase that you get for Fury Slash build might actually be pretty good. So I kind of want to test it out and see kind of what the DPS build is on it. Obviously, I'm gonna have to do it on a few different things, kind of see what it does in AoE fights and stuff like that, since you can't really sim it per se. So I don't really see a lot of issue with the build so far. It's very fluid. I'm not like in between holding my thumbs, or with my thumb up my butt. Can still do quite a bit of damage to it. The one thing I can say that I'm glad about is the way that they changed execute, because having to spam execute a million times, it became really unappealing after some time with it. So it's a good deal. I'm happy about it. And the swords look freaking cool, man. I don't know about you guys. I really like the aesthetic that they've added to some of the weapons and stuff to this expansion. Some of it's kind of lame because trolls and whatnot, but overall it's pretty exciting. So the cool thing is you can still use Whirlwind as your in-between attacks as well. So there's some convenience to that. And apparently I don't have a Victory Rush in my bar. So let's... yeah, it's right there. I definitely like it a lot more now than in its current state. It just feels smoother, which I think is what Fury Warriors have been lacking for a long time as far as like rotation goes. Is it in the aspect of being like a clean rotation? You're not contingent on something proccing. You're not contingent on using a trinket, which probably was the most frustrating thing. I mean, it was a good and frustrating thing at the same time, because you could sit there and you could be, the biggest dick in the world with the trinket, the Nighthold trinket, the Warglaves, all sorts of stuff, and then as soon as someone else gets something better, you're not big dick anymore. So I'm happy for this change. Hopefully they don't relapse us into the idea of being a trinket based class again. I like the wind-up damage. Obviously, it's kind of hard to measure on some of these scenarios, but doubling some people's DPS on a lot of these fights and stuff, so you don't lose a lot of DPS in the in-between either, because it's all quick wind-up damage. So as long as you can keep your enrage up, you're good. And of course, you still get the recklessness giving you the 100 rage, which is pretty good. I don't know if it's better than Avatar, but with the rage you can go into straight... Well, no, yeah, Reckless Abandon is probably going to be your best PvE talent on that tier 3, just because of the fact that it lets you wind up into your rampage faster. Oh, nice! They've added some. They've added some of the warrior stuff. Look at that. That's the new helm. That's from Old Year. So we'll just look at some of those armor sets real quick. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty freaking cool. That's the plate set from Old Year. So that's pretty sick looking. It's pretty sick looking indeed, fellas. Oh my god. I'll make a love child to that thing. That's how awesome it is. And they've changed this scenario too, where you take damage in the mechanical spiders. I don't know why they've done that. Oh. Hopefully it won't bug out today. No, don't die. You're doing the opposite of that. Where the heals at? Kill, 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 kill. Playing Pokemon Go while we're killing stuff. I'm pretty excited for the Pokemon game coming out for the Switch. Oh no. Oh no. Eh? What's up, Volterius? Yeah, just got on, brother. Just doing a little BFA, a little morning tequila. Enjoying the beautiful weather. Not hot as balls for once. We'll enable the sounds. Boink. Boink. The best. Oh, yeah, let's join instance chat because no one's in there. Why not?
Stand aside, Sourfang. This war is not yours to bear alone. There is no honor in killing you.
Your father was a man of honor, Thor. You know nothing of the sort. I will never stand down. I eat,
Die by the sword.
What price
Price of you paid.
My father gave everything for him. The question is, are you willing to do the same for the Horde?
Spinning blades of doom. Yeah. This is the beta for their new expansion coming out. Gonna be playing probably playing Warrior for it when it comes out. Oh no. Get wrecked. Get wrecked.
I demand an honorable death.
My father once said that Varrock Sourfang embodied the honor of the Horde.
You should play, brother. It's actually a pretty fun game.
Listen,
If you can get past the slow times of it, it's pretty fun.
no honor in this.
That is not for an alliance king to decide.
At this moment, it is. Take him to the stockades. Will finally answer. Treat him with the respect he is Champions, to my side. When I return, we will speak of honor.
Yeah, playing solo can definitely be hard. If you're not like a huge MMO fan, getting into a game solo. What I found is if you can find a pretty inclusive guild to do stuff with, it makes life a little bit easier. Plus, me, I enjoy a lot of the PvP aspect of it. Yeah, man, the PvP for me, I enjoy a lot of the arenas, like the team stuff, the 2v2s and 3v3s, the raiding content. You just gotta kind of find your niche for it. Well, there's not gonna be PvP servers anymore. It's gonna be only you can toggle PvP on and off. So you'll get more benefit, more reward by toggling your PvP on and fighting, etc. Alright, what the hell? Meet any bronze beard and sell this. Well, why would I want to sell this? I just want to go to you. Fuck. I want to go to sell this. So you'll be able to toggle PvP on and off. They're trying to make world PvP a thing now, which I think will be a good thing to start because it's going to be hectic. You're going to get super frustrated because you're going to get fucking murked a million times, provided you toggle it. But the reward will be there because you get 15% increased EXP from quests and killing stuff, as well as additional rewards. So there's a lot of upside to it. But you can do raided battlegrounds. All sorts of different stuff, but our guild is a mythic raiding guild too. So mythic basically means it's like the highest degree of competition for a raid instance. So we find a lot of different ways to have fun doing all that stuff. How do I get to sell this again? I don't even remember. In addition to PvP and stuff like that, so that's kind of what I do to enjoy it. I've always enjoyed MMOs, but that's just me. So let's see, where's Blacksmith?
Keep your feet on the ground.
Okay, so they've changed it now. Where blacksmithing, you can make some pretty legit blacksmithing stuff right off the bat. So we're gonna learn blacksmithing. Okay, what's this? Dark Moon Fair. Ooh. All right. It's been so long since I've played Alliance. I don't remember how to sell with this in a timely manner. Gotta ask for it. It's kind of embarrassing. Can always come play on our server, brother. We our guild's kind of on a break at the current moment, but we have a lot of fun with it. Oh, there's support there. Look at that. That's convenient. I can't ever convince you that it'll be fun forever or that it'll be enjoyable, but they've added a lot of stuff in the last couple expansions, especially the last one, to make it more more integrated and more involved, if you will, to do stuff. What's up, Ship? How you, brother? Oh, that's awesome. Look at that. Teldrassil's on fire. That's pretty freaking cool. We'll fly over there. Oh no, it fades. Wow. I wonder how that's going to change the starting zone for the Night Elves.
I am on. Del Nadro.
Wow. Yeah, playing the Fury Warrior today, Ship. They made some changes that are pretty significant. Got the Hunter to 120 and still enjoy him quite a bit. It seems like once you cap out, the Survival Hunter is very gear dependent on their damage. They flatline pretty easy compared to the other specs, which is expected. Is what it is. But yeah, so now I want to try out the Fury Warrior, see how the changes kind of work in dungeons and stuff like that. Unfortunately, you got to do the more of the pre-quest to get to the new world. And while we wait, I'm gonna use the instance on Pokemon and catch me some Pokemon. What's up, Beware? How you, buddy? Welcome. Welcome this morning. So yeah, it's pretty good. The build so far, taking Fury Slash out, seems like it's a pretty good change. Obviously, I don't know. Nice. I don't know if longer fights Fury Slash is going to be better because of the uptime of your 9% extra haste. Because I got to figure out what the new haste cap is going to be for it. It seems like they want you to go heavier mastery, which affects, of course, your rampage, and if you decided to go bloodbath, just kind of based on how they have the stats set up right now. I don't know if their intention is to make it a mastery heavy class, so you're not having to fight for the haste, or if they're making it if you have a lower stat line on haste, so you can get talents to help you increase it to do more damage. So I would imagine if you don't run bloodbath, you don't have to worry so much about mastery per se, because you just want to hit faster, because the more rampages you can do effectively will allow you to do it. For every 3 rampages, you'll be good. So yeah, Ship, it's pretty cool. They've changed. Literally, there's multiple ways you could build the warrior, depending upon what you want to do. They've added victory rush, impending victory. They've taken out your AoE stun, so you only have Stormbolt and double time now. They've made your bloodbath a tier 3 talent now, and now you get the choice between Reckless Abandon, Avatar, or bloodbath, which. Avatar seems like a PvP design now. Transforms into Colossus for 20 seconds, causing you to deal 20% increased damage and removing all roots and snares. And then, of course, Reckless Abandon still Reckless lasts 3 seconds longer and generates on rage. It was 2 seconds on the last build before they changed it. So they've made some cool changes. They've changed how frothing works now. So frothing no longer gives you the additional damage. It's just rampage now costs 95% rage or 95 rage. Increases your damage done by 10% and haste by 10% for 6 seconds. So the reason why I'm saying I don't know if Fear Slash with this would work. So you get 10% haste and then you get 9% haste. So you're looking at 34% haste once you wind up to do it. I mean, effectively for 10 seconds you have that. Well, longer because your rampage will proc faster. So basically, you can have a 10% increase uptime on haste, no matter what. And then, 34%, provided you go Frothing Fury Slash, which would be good, I would imagine, for like long fights. You do lose 15% damage, though, from your Raging Blow, though. So I don't know what's more important, the 15% damage or Raging Blow or the 14% increased haste. It's all going to boil down to how your stats kind of go with the necklace and stuff too, because if you hit that haste cap, it doesn't make a whole bunch of sense to go over it. And then, of course, they've added Dragon Roar. I'd be curious to see how that works against Meat Cleaver and Bladestorm. I feel like Meat Cleaver isn't really a top tier talent, or shouldn't be, but the amount of reach you can get from it on 3 or 4 target fights would be pretty good in relation to that, but you're not normally rage starved as a Fury Warrior, so I guess it just kind of depends. You do that, and then you can spam, of course, your Rampage faster, so you can effectively do more damage on AoE fights. So you'd run Wrecking Ball, Meat Cleaver, and then you do high haste build. You'll never be out of rage, and you'll constantly have Rampage going off. So they've definitely made it a little bit more amicable to where you're not just changing 1 or 2 talents, but you can change a whole setup of talents for different fights. It's exciting. I haven't looked a lot into the all the fights for the first raid tier, but I would imagine there's going to be a couple different ones you'll be switching for. So that's some exciting stuff. And then, of course, they've updated and added some of the armors too, which is nice.
You still drinking?
Huh?
You still drinking?
What was left over last night? What was left over last night?
Ew.
Yum. So we'll look at some of the stuff. That's the...
That one doesn't work?
Huh?
That one doesn't work?
What doesn't work? No, I just need the adapter for it. Sure. Ooh. Just looking at some of the new weapons that are coming up. Yeah.
Big sword.
Yeah.
2 big swords.
Yeah. Big shield.
Big shield.
Small shield. Let's see what the else look like. That's cool. That's pretty freaking cool.
Red shield, red sword with red shield. With weird color.
That's cool looking helmet. Shit. Oh man. Arm set's pretty cool. Let's see. What about hunters? What do they have for hunters? Wow, that spear is awesome.
Sounds such a nerd.
The bow looks kind of stupid. The guns actually look pretty cool. It's very Elder Scrolls-esque. How it looks. Let's take a look. Let's see. Robes. Fist weapon. Daggers. Maces. More daggers. What in the... That looks so goofy, not gonna lie. I don't know if that's supposed to look like that. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Death Knight. Let's look at Druid. Oh wow. Look at those stabs. That's pretty cool looking shit. Let's see. Demon Hunter. The Warglaves. This Warglaves look pretty nice. Fist weapons. Leathers looks kind of weird. Let's look at the mail. I'm excited for the raid tier. Holy shit, the armor looks awesome. Swords look awesome. It'll be exciting time. Okay, so we need to go to Silithus. Silithus. And cure the world. Let's go do that real quick.
I love Emily Blunt as an actress.
Huh?
Emily Blunt as an actress.
Yeah, I don't really like her.
I love her.
She's kind of annoying. She plays like annoying characters.
Well, she plays characters, but she's good. She's great at playing annoying characters.
I have a feeling she's probably like that in real life too. Annoying.
Why do you say that?
Because she's so good at playing annoying characters. How often do you go? You go to the range, Vultures? How often do you go to the range to shoot? Yeah, well, what's this?
I speak for Azeroth.
The heart of Azeroth.
Fight.
So they've now changed. Oh. Hey, let me look at your items. Stupid, let me look at your items. We'll watch this. I love this.
It is time.
We must gather.
Well, that's cool. They pay you to shoot at things.
Return home, children.
I love this cinematic so much. Even though I've watched it a million times at this point.
Illidan, we've done all we can. Every choice, every sacrifice has led me to this moment. To face him once again. You are not coming with us. The hunter is nothing
Without the hunt.
Did you not see this fate, prophet? Fate. Our survival was never in fate.
Oh, so you teach for like CDLs and stuff? Concealing carries?
I'll be with you. Illidan's story.
Nice. Best part right here.
Your crusade is over.
For sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. God, they did so awesome. They do so awesome with their cinematics. Harness into your raw Azeroth, awakening exceptional pieces of armor that possess talent. Nice. So now we get to get the Azeroth. Oh, that's cool. They've changed this up a little bit. Keep on fixing, 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 fixing.
I speak for Azeroth.
So we've already got a chess piece. So we'll go with a helm.
Well met. For Azeroth. I speak back to him.
So now we have increase all secondary stats by 12, bloodthirst gain 31 strike rating, up to 910 rating. Yeah, I think we're going with that one. We'll just stack Bloodthirst? Yeah.
These stones
18, 20. Wow. That's hella good. So good I had to go Valley Girl, I was saying hella. Okay.
Champion.
Attend the War Council. I think we shall.
Requested in Stormwind Keep.
Little Mandarin. Sweet, sweet Mandarin. Let's look at the world bosses. We didn't look at that. Azeroth. World bosses. So they're gonna drop similar armor. What's this? Increase your haste by 91. That's pretty good. So your first set of raid gear is gonna be 355. That armor's pretty cool.
Everyone is here. What news do you bring, Spymaster?
Recently, Horde agents broke into the stockades and freed 2 Zandalari prisoners. A princess and a prophet.
I'm aware. What of the 8 warships we sent in pursuit?
Only one returned. Survivors say they encountered strange and
Calm
terrifying
down.
Oh no.
and a massive Zandalari fleet. Jaina, perhaps you could help us see what this survivor has witnessed.
Well, actually, let's watch it. Oh no. The cutscene. Awesome cutscene. I want to watch the awesome cutscene.
Must make allies of our own. Show us. I must show us what happened. Champion, meet me in the harbor when you are ready to depart.
So, again, how are your sea legs?
Okay. So you will never be using anything aside from the Heart of Azeroth, ever, for your necklaces. So hopefully they weren't smart enough to put necklaces in anything. That's awesome. Holy shit, that looks cool. I know I comment on all the time, but look at the freaking boat design that the boat designs that they come out with. Like, they've done such a good job of like just making this such a more like grand game in regards to like size and the things that you deal with. Oh, these are coffins. Holy shit. They just added that too.
A long road lies before us. We all have our...
Well, that's good. We can skip the Coltera's introductory quests. Thank God. Thank Lord Baby Jesus. That's pretty exciting. I'm glad. Boom, boom. Ooh, a gloom.
Thanks for the lift, Tay. I'll report to the old man.
Let's go. Go.
Duty calls. Don't worry about the prison break.
Stay here till
Here in the market, you're
Shield
just
burst.
another traveller. Now let's get you settled in. This ferry connects to stations all along the Sounds and
Yeah, she
Keys.
didn't.
Oh yeah, no flying.
You'll need
No
a ferry
flying.
pass from the harbour master. That won't be a problem. The county. A heavy guard.
The beta's awesome.
Feel free to
Run.
The beta is actually really exciting. I've played a lot of the survival hunter, played a lot of the classes, and now I'm playing the Fury Warrior with the most recent changes to them. And the Warriors are going to be in a pretty good spot, more so than ever. I feel like Fury might actually even be a competent like PvP spec down the road. What's up, Kuka? How are you, buddy?
The market hosts travellers.
And you can definitely tell that they're adding in a lot of the stuff that's kind of winding up to the actual release. So a lot of this stuff's been kind of locked off for a while.
Especially folks from the eastern.
Bruh, the Fury Warrior changes are awesome. Hey, Rastafy, appreciate that follow, brother. So Arms is really strong. They didn't make too many changes as far as like the play style versus retail right now. What they have done though is they've changed Fury in a way that is no longer the clunky play style, and it's not trinket dependent. Shaman healers are pretty good. I played a little bit of Resto. By all means, I'm not a shaman main by any stretch of the imagination, but I did play them for a little bit and had no problem healing in dungeons and stuff like that. So take that for what you will. I just mash buttons and it works when I heal. So
King Greymane, it is an honor. You are free to
yeah. So now Fury. So Fury. I don't know if you've played Fury for any of the mythic raid tiers, but now instead of it being contingent on cooldowns to where you have to do your cooldowns and in between you take the huge DPS loss, now it's a wind up kind of damage and you can keep the damage up time. So think of like Frosty K's and how once they start getting rolling they do tons of damage.
fair winds and
I haven't done any dungeons. I haven't done any dungeons as Fury yet. I did this as Prot and as Arms on my other warrior, but not on this last build, this most recent build. So I was going to do Fury today and toy around with Prot on off stream and see if I wanted to stream it because they've brought Ignore Pain back. Dragon War does a ton of damage, so they're a little bit beefier, but they haven't changed like the core concept of protection warriors, and Arms does a ton of damage. So what they've done though is now Fury Slash, you have to spec into it, and it stacks haste up to 9%, and then you've got Frothing Berserker where your rampage now is 95 rage and increases your damage and haste by 10%. So basically you get a 19% uptime in haste, which I don't know what the cap is, which for long fights would be pretty good in relation to that. And then of course inner rage, rage and blow cooldown reduced by 1 second, damage increased by 15%. So for shorter fights, this would be better. For longer fights, I feel like if you ran the proper build, you could do Fury Slash, the Frothing Berserker, and as long as you weren't haste capped, you wouldn't need to be because you could get there with this. And then of course the stat line for Mastery right now, 44%, which if you run Bloodbath build, it's easy to damage, and of course Mastery affects your Rampage as well. So. There's a lot of like viable builds. I don't know which one's going to be considered top tier just yet because I haven't had a chance to test them. So well, so you can't copy characters over at the moment. So unfortunately, since we can't copy characters over, it's hard to really test what the new baseline is going to be. Yeah, so you're not liable at this point if you wanted to play Arms of Fury or play AoE spec versus regular spec. You're not stuck because your artifact There's no like specking into a certain class. It's universal. And then of course, when you switch specs, here I'll just show you. So when you switch specs, that's the only drawback. If you spec for the Fury stuff, it's going to be on your armor, so you won't be able to capture that. That's the only like significant part to it. But you can have multiple pieces of armor, which you'll get a lot of that stuff from dungeons as well as other places. And they've changed it now too to where Fury doesn't take damage when you enrage, which I think is a massive part because you don't need as much healing output, which is a good and bad thing. When you're soloing and doing stuff or fighting in PvP, you're not going to have that as high of a healing throughput.
Safe travels.
Playing Pokemon Go or waiting for these cutscenes. This Venonat's refusing to be captured. So yeah, we'll see. We'll kind of see it together in this first dungeon. We don't want to do Legion. We want to do Battle for Azeroth.
Together we can unify Kultiras. We can do this.
We'll skip this cutscene.
Made up of several major houses. They were unified under Draylen Proudmore's leadership for Kultiras to change after his
This storyline very Game of Thrones-esque. We'll do Stormsong. Stormsong's pretty aesthetically pleasing, so we'll start there. Missing fleet.
Sit down, sit down.
Be careful of them.
1 point.
I don't trust those hooded sages one bit.
I'll be fine.
Well, that's not very nice.
Protect myself. Besides,
So they have the command table back. Yeah, the 100 war resources. We'll do that, no problem.
normally I'd offer you a ride on Galeheart, but the Tide Sages only allow visitors by boat. Most people here look to the sea for guidance, the same way others look to the light. But the Tide Sages, they've got a much deeper passion.
And here we go.
I think even someone as well traveled as you would be impressed. They help bring fish to the net. Our largest ships always carry tides in the valley to navigate through storms.
This city's so cool. I love this. I love the city so much.
Now nobody seems to know why the fleet still hasn't returned home.
Like I think I like this more than the Zandalar area, to be honest with you. But I've always had an affinity for boats and water, so that's probably why.
One way or another, we need the Tide Sages' help now more than ever. Not just to bring the fleet home, but to make Kultiras whole again, or cure the infection, Cyrus likes to say.
Just a very cool city. With a boat that's not loaded in, what the hell?
Well met. Serve with honor.
Let's see. I think we have to be in Stormin to queue to...
We can ensure the safe passage of your vessel for a price. May the sea carry you swiftly.
You are nearly as insufferable as Brother Alan.
I believe we should trade with
Oh!
places and creeds. Except the Naga. Horrible creatures.
Well, that's not very nice. Not very inclusive, are you, little buddy? Let's see. Glyph of Dolphin. This is for a Druid. Your aquatic form now appears as a dolphin. What? Glyph of the Orca. Glyph of the Tide Skipper. Wow, that's pretty freaking cool. They're bringing back the cards. It's exciting. Description. There's a lot of inscription stuff and enchanting. Offhand weapon. Interesting. Interesting. Alright. Let's go talk to these Tide Sages and find out where my motherfucking boats are.
Bear your souls to the tides. Their whispers provide. Why don't you pester Alan if you're here to waste your time?
Alan! Alan! Oh, Alan. Where are you, Alan? You're not Alan, you're brother Daryl.
Tides well. Beware.
I've always dreamed of adventures for Coltier.
I do like how they kind of have the combat allies starting with you, since Thalia sticks with you for most of the adventures. Hi, Alan.
Who honor the sea.
Outsiders are forbidden in the archives, brother.
We must open.
Mercy down. Point.
Oh no, by an unnatural storm. The indecency.
You will not interfere. Only following orders.
They've changed execute too. It's now on a 5-second cooldown. Which I don't know if you've played Fury lately, but the whole spam and execute so your hand goes numb is awful.
What's the situation? Come back with stories.
Storm's Wake.
Rip up here. You get picked
Don't
up
mind if I
there,
do.
then we'll,
Fly!
I'm afraid Coltier won't be much help to the Alliance until the fleet is home again. We'll need to bring House Stormsong back into the fold first. They control the Tide Sages, and the Tide Sages the fleet. Lord
Oh, really?
Stormsong rules the house and basically the entire valley. It sounds like he's the key to all this, but he hasn't been to Borealis in months. We'll start our search in Brennigan. If nothing else, hopefully we can find this Brother Pike there. What's going on down there? Gale Hart, take us in.
Let me go mine that ore real quick. I want the ore.
Finally, some action. I'll try to figure out why the road is closed. See if you can convince the
Side of
soldiers
yours.
to clear out.
So right now you can make 310 level 310 items with blacksmithing. So at 110 that puts you like 250, 260 eye level, which is equivalent of like 940, 950. So it'll behoove you if you're not like heavily geared to do it
This is fish food without us. This valley is ours.
Oh no. Can't have enough of me.
How did everyone die?
There we go.
How did everyone die?
That's just blatantly untrue.
In Storm Song's day.
That's totally untrue.
Where's this chest? Let's get our war supplies.
You as a Genji did absolutely nothing. And you were healing. You were DPS and full.
Oh man. Oh.
Sorry, but like you were not doing damage. I had to switch to DPS.
Interesting. Easy peasy. Getting them trucked, no problems.
I've trained my whole life for this.
Oh no. Let me let the doggos in real quick.
This pass is the only land route into the valley. House Stormsong is up to something. Isn't the valley majestic? No wonder so many people settle down here. Oppose House Stormsong.
Alright. Let's go save the Tide Sages. The mean Tide Sages and whatnot. Well, time to find out how we do against the elites. Mm. 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 Mm.
Not from round here, are you?
Nope. Nope, no.
Every path has a few puzzles.
Hey! Hmm.
Stay on. Once you get their attention, I'll get them out of here. We demand answers, private citizens. Disperse at once.
Got him, coach.
And what will we find there?
Really annoying.
Let's do these quests
Keep
first.
track of the DPS.
Oh no. One of his brothers. He hopes. That's not good. Oh.
I can play whatever. Don't really care to play healers at this rate.
Easy, right?
Group out.
Probably shouldn't have.
If I get staggered this time.
Probably shouldn't have pulled both of those. Whatever.
What can I do for you? Look always to the
What do you mean a key over? Like a mouse over?
Hanzo up top.
Oh. He was gonna cool down. No, if I had an extra key, definitely be willing to share it. Wish it did. Oh. Use versatility.
Nice, Gordon.
Hey! Bring it here.
Hanzo top.
Bring it here. Stop bringing me the mail.
It's right now.
The doggos like to bring mail from our room. I'll definitely let you know if I get one though.
Point.
Yeah, the hello quests.
Times were simpler once.
The rotation definitely seems a lot smoother. Survivability is going to be the only question that I really have for it, because in previous formats of warriors, Fury Warriors, you had no problem with the healing survivability of it all. It could just be the gear set too. Isn't super inclusive. But no problem slicing through things pretty quickly. I think I might end up doing Warrior. So I play Warrior right now, Warrior Paladin. But the changes have really been a sweet delight, if you will. So hey, bring it.
You no.
Bring it here.
You go to close the door. Go close the door. It has important documents in there.
Huh?
Those are important documents.
So important, you want to bring it to us? Thank you, Cornut, for bringing us the important documents. Yeah, I'm gonna probably end up maining Warrior. Well, keep playing my Warrior, I should say. I played Survival Hunter, got him to 120, did some Mythic Plus with him, and he's actually really enjoyable as well. I haven't played Demon Hunter too seriously yet, which I want to look at that.
You dispatch her servants. Good hunting.
DK has been a little underwhelming. And by underwhelming, not that they've done poorly, they just they're not as enjoyable.
Still too close to respond.
Where are they going?
In my
Where's right here? I'm trying to tell them.
But it's no need to sit right there.
I actually really like this dungeon. I want to try it out on Mythic Plus. I'd be curious to see. Where they go? I love being stunned. There we go. I love being mind controlled. Kill my deeps dog.
Onto top left.
Nice. Got a new subscriber. So, give you some perspective.
Continue your hunt for Lady Waitress. I will ensure
I did double the second DPSer's damage. I don't know where he's going. Nice, 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 nice. D-Hop, appreciate that follow, brother. Why does he keep doing the Ring of Peace? It's kind of dumb. It's really dumb, actually.
Don't worry, I'll take help up there. Get back here. I cannot heal through a wall.
Okay. Why does he do the Ring of Peace? It's so dumb. There we go. Oh. I don't get why he keeps doing this. He's like messing up the whole AoE part of... Stop Ring of Peace, little buddy. You're gonna hurt us here in doing that. Alright, so we're gonna try the haste build for this boss fight. Let's see. So it'll be Fury slash. So we're gonna try it for it. We're gonna see how it works out.
Genji on me. Genji on me.
So if we can go into the fight with 19% haste, that's the way to do it. And we're not, so. I guess I gotta Rebind that key. So we're running 80% haste at the moment. 31%. 80%. Oh my god. Yeah, holy shit, this is a way better build. So we did almost 4k DPS there. Running Fury Slash with Prothing Berserker build. So on boss fights, that's gonna be a pretty strong fight. Long as you're not in fights where you interrupt your rotation, or you can keep constant uptime, you're gonna do a ton more damage. Let me bind this real quick. Bind it to. So it's not good for AoE fights though. So the best single target builds are going to be Fury Slash. So all you need to do is make sure your uptime for Fury Slash doesn't go down, so you gotta watch the cooldown. You can probably make a weak orb for that. So 4.3k DPS on that one. $4.3k on that. So that was a hell of a lot of damage. Holy shit. It's a cool looking sword though. That is a cool looking sword. So we'll move that over there. Might help if I actually did. Oh wow, wasn't even using Battle Shot either. So bad. Down we go. Thank God it's no longer a filler. Filler talent. Thought about that. So all you gotta do to get it rolling is just make sure you get your wind up on the 3 Furious Slashes. And then you just have to watch.
matters now is bringing her evil to an end.
I'm excited for the new transmogs.
It's too far away.
I should have been ranged there. Oops. No, come on, let me keep. Dang it. So just watch the uptime. That's all we gotta do, just watch the uptime. %80 haste, 80% haste, 80% haste. Refresh. 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 Fresh. Boom. 3K on that one. Cool. Yeah, would about to take it off me. Come on, take it off, take it off, take it off, take it off, take it off. Why is he... What are you doing, stupid? Wrong people. What is he doing? Come on. Jump down. Oh. Waited to enact his vengeance. Hello. Oh.
By destroying her, you have opened the doorway to your world.
So, Fury / build is still the way to go.
Every horror in the manor is making its way to us. Sterntide and I will hold them here. You have to finish this.
Oh no. Why does he insist on moving so much? 3.3k DPS on that fight.
See, there is nothing as strong.
Oh, nice. They've added the achievements for it. So let's see. Heart of Azeroth expansion features. Equipped all 3 types of Azeroth attuned armor. Listen to your heart. Equip Azeroth attuned shoulders. Azeroth attuned. Legion class hall. Draenor. So war effort. Azeroth War, the Barons, complete the Fallen missions, this is below. Oh. Island Expeditions. Mythic Molten K, complete an expedition in Molten K and Mythic Molten or higher. Here for the pets. Title Reward Expedition Leader. Heart of Azeroth, Legion Class Hall. Interesting. Unlock every artifact trait for a single artifact weapon. Interesting. So, Fury definitely did a ton of damage that dungeon. A lot more than I would have imagined running that build. So, we're probably going to keep playing with that because that seems to be the way to go. Let's see, do we want the shield? Let's do the shield for that one. And then we'll do the vampiric speed. So whenever you kill stuff, you'll get the heal. Make it a little bit more convenient for soloing and doing stuff like that. So let's go kill this rare over here. The behemoth. Oh no, this guy takes forever. I don't want to fight that guy. That guy legit took like 5 to 10 minutes when I did it with my hunter. He just has a lot of HP for a little mini boss. So the zones have a ton of quests in them too, which I'm actually really impressed with because the quests are pretty enjoyable. There's like one quest over here we gotta go underground I don't like doing, so I'm gonna skip that one probably. But there's literally probably 100 to 120 quests that you can do out here.
Back to gold!
About time.
Wasn't with your help, bitch.
Not from round here, are you?
All by myself.
Who got you higher than you were starting?
All by
Who got you higher?
myself.
Oh, that's right.
Right, Marco?
Don't get the dogs involved in this.
Come here. I'm right, he's wrong. Why are you so calm today? Hey, guys. Marco. No, don't go to him. No, Marco, come here. Marco. No, stop.
Yeah.
Marco!
He's saying stop yelling at me. I didn't do anything.
Marco, come here. Come here. I'm nice too.
Respawn.
Yeah. Good boy. Good boy.
When are we going to the movie, babe?
I don't know. There's one at 12. You want to go at 12? What time do you want to go?
12 is fine. You do 12.
We need to go early because I don't want to reserve the seat. I want to use my courtesy pass.
Yeah.
And it won't let me do the courtesy pass unless we go to the box office. So we can reserve before. Marco! Not you.
We can do that.
So we'll go, like, leave here at, like, 11.
Okay.
So we can get there by 12. Like 15 minutes. Marco, I know that you hear me, but you don't want to get up. That's how lazy you got it.
He's not lazy, babe.
Yes, he does.
Getting up on the hardwood floor is probably not easy for him.
Why? It's easy for Cornelius.
Well, Cornelius is an anomaly.
Look at that hair hanging on the back of his butt.
Children of the sea, today is the dawn of a new age for us all.
I got called a smurf in my last game. Babe, can you hear me?
What?
I got called a smurf in the last game.
It's because you're in a rank where anyone that kills anything is considered a smurf.
I got called a smurf to say, oh my god, that's great, babe.
But I saw how you played last night. Oh, toxic thing.
I was tired last night.
You were toxic last night.
Because you were like, I'm gonna do this, and then you go and kill me.
I was literally doing what the tank we're supposed to be doing as
Don't
DPS.
protect, yeah, not protecting your healers.
I was though.
No, you weren't.
I can't help it that you were freaking in La La Land. Drop rates of these rusty gears are so bad.
I like this song.
We shall be powerful once again.
Once again. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. So I could build, if I go this build, I could build straight match trade. Match trade crit. Right? Yeah, so I can do that.
I know what darkness took your mind, sister, but it will torment our people no longer.
What he said. Yeah, wave colors, man. Look at that.
A bit waterlogged, but still legible. These incantations will serve us well.
So you have to keep constantly chain pulling. I've noticed that. Because that's the only way that you can keep up your Fury slash haste.
The ocean's mists hide much, but this
Oh, oops. I forgot to get the souls.
sharp. A sharp blade is a
The maid. Shit.
wonder not for whom the lightness shines. It shines for thee.
Where's that chest? Did I misplace the chest too? It says I'm in combat though. The hell? Not in combat. So Fury is OP, man. As long as you get the build up, you're gonna be incredibly strong this Fury. And then impending victory to heal. Uh-oh. Touchdown.
We must not let these lost souls wander any longer. I would prepare the ritual to release these souls. Meet me by the
Release the Kraken! Not really.
You'll pay the price for disobeying.
Called me a scurvy dog. That's offensive. It's incredibly offensive. Not a scurvy dog. What the hell? Oh. Oh. That's too strong. Oh, there we go. Stop running this lady to me. Go away. Ooh. Oh man. So excited to get my Tortolan scrolls to fulfill the quest. It's actually really strong. 295. Guess they wanted to encourage you finding treasures and stuff like that. Little extra incentive. Seems strange that Killing Machine would proc off that. Let's see.
We're in this together. Thanks, Sam.
Finally, some
Glad
action.
to have someone with a weapon on our side for a change. The storm awakens in all when you are ready. Release the souls within the bell.
Release the Kraken. Not really the Kraken, but the Kraken. Oh, hello.
A hard day's work can't fix. Home is there to value. Hear our call, fallen. Your wicked deeds are forgiven this day.
I hear you, boys.
Storm and
I hear you, boys. Oh. What are you doing? It's not yours. Why are you trying to take that? Why are you trying to take that, huh? Oh. I hear you. I hear you. Yes, Marco, I hear you.
belongs to this valley. Take care of yourself.
You don't need to go outside, do you? Ow.
Listen up. We need to get you ready to fight. And quick.
I'm down.
Oh, you want to go outside? You really do want to go outside. They see a squirrel. The squirrel like torments them. It's kind of funny, but not really, because then they just want to mess around with the squirrel. And it's kind of annoying, so all they want to do is go outside and chase a squirrel. Let me just turn on system interface audible. Change that real quick.
Far away.
There we go.
We're relentless as the briny.
No! No!
It's too far away.
The tide's
He was down.
Oh man. So the PvP, I've done it a little bit in World PvP. Arms feels good. I mean, to be honest, they haven't made a lot of significant changes, like as far as the playstyle goes for Arms, which isn't a bad thing. Arms has been in a really good spot for PvP for a really long time, and of course for PvE, especially the last raid tier, it's come a long way to be one of the top tier DPSs. So they didn't change the feel too much. I've enjoyed it quite a bit. I almost, to be honest, before they made the changes to the Fury, I almost considered not playing Fury at all, or playing my Warrior at all for the next expansion, or for BFA, because of all that they did to it. Now that they've kind of improved it to definitely a way better state than it's been since Legion, I feel like it's going to be probably one of the strongest specs to start out, especially if you don't have gear. I mean, Arms is ultimately going to have the same type of survivability problems that it has currently, but it's not significant enough to say that you'll notice it. Because you're going to do so much damage in the interim to people that you won't feel it as much. No, how did I mess that up? Go away. Leave me alone. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Point. Don't mind if I do. Look at that haste buildup. I love it. No issue whatsoever. So dirty. Oh, there's a rare up here. I think we shall. $5K DPS there. That's amazing. Holy. Let's go with strength baseline. Will be better anyways. So with this build too, you don't need to stack haste at all, or you shouldn't need to. Like you need just enough to just to get your rotation going, and then once you get the proc, or once you get your enrage.
Initiated.
Okay, let's go turn these quests in. What's up, Invo? Appreciate you stopping by, brother. Boing boing. Easy peasy. Hello. Mace kind of looks stupid, but whatever. Let's do it.
The fleet must be returned to Turturus at once. It is you who are lost.
It's been one of those deals where you have to keep up. You, no, come on, 3 seconds, 3 seconds, 3 seconds, 3 seconds. Son of a gun. $4.3k DPS there.
I shall return to the others. We must stop this when we
Left, dive left, Hanzo.
What have we become?
Yeah, we like that EXP. Or that artifact EXP.
Clear sight of the shrine of the storm. The omen comes.
Let's go do these other quests real quick before we
Long has my order listened to the sea.
skip down.
Guide our ships and our people. Gentle whispers, imperceptible to most.
I really like this zone. I don't know why. It's very soothing. It's very nice. There's water, and there's pirates, and there's sea mystics, and there's a snail. A hermit crab. A little awkward that I just called it a snail.
Hanzo.
Oh.
Not sure why they're fighting us at our spawn.
So long as I keep attacking, I'm never gonna die. That's what I'm discovering. So far, it's as of the last raid test, it was Demolox, Arms Warriors, Sin Rogues, and I forget what the other ones were. I think it was the DK and something else. That's as of the last raid test. Obviously, they've made some changes to Fury since then, and BM Hunters are pretty strong too. What's up, Judas? How you, bud?
I'm out of range.
Need to counter to the BSG.
Yeah, so Fury right now is in such a good spot. So Frost Mages are really boring. Yeah, I'll show you real quick. Frost Mages are really boring. Shadow Priest I had a lot of fun with. They've made the rotation a little bit more amicable for it, and now Surrender to Madness doesn't kill you. It only does 90% damage. So long as you're topped off at 91%, you won't die, which is pretty easy to do.
Come on.
So survival hunters are pretty strong. They're super gear dependent, high level though.
Go in.
Shadow priests are really strong. They as far as soloing and questing, I haven't had any problems with them. I can pull probably 7-8 mobs without issue, and still keep up a pretty good amount of DPS. They do good in dungeons. They're not going to be your top because they're too dependent on their cooldowns. But when they're on cooldowns, they're probably going to be top 2 or top 3% DPS, or top 2 or top 3 DPS during the rotation. So on shorter fights, they win, or on fights where you can do your cooldowns multiple times, you'll be in a good spot. Frost mages are horribly boring. They haven't changed anything. Arcane is incredibly strong right now. Fire's not bad, but Arcane's the way to go as far as damage, and I think Arcane's up there as far as uses too. And then of course Warlock. Demo's really strong. Affliction's not bad. But Demo's the best spec currently for him. And it's just because their pets do so much damage. And the way Nightfall works through Shadow Bolt, you can basically instant cast Shadow Bolts while you're doing your pet summon, so it's just constant DPS. It is a little silly to say the least. So, I don't like Frost, I don't like the rotation, I don't like it. It's still strong, but it's really boring. But it's not stronger than Arcane.
Point. Touch it now. 13 seconds.
I mean, it could be preference of playstyle. For me, Frost has always been the slower of the specs, if that makes any sense. Like, you're not as mobile, your damage throughput's just Frostbolt in like one other spell. It's just like for it to do the damage it does is very underwhelming, if that makes sense. So the way you really hurt a Fury Warrior's DPS is stun them. I feel like fights where you're not going to be constantly attacking something, Fury Warriors are going to lose a lot of DPS, comparatively speaking to like other classes. Because right now I truck through things. Let's see, it was Mastery Crit. We want the higher Mastery though. Yeah. Haven't tried Demon Hunters. They're on my list of things to try, mainly because I was debating if I wanted to play mine for BFA. From what I've seen, Demon Hunters haven't had any problem tanking. Still pretty good for dungeons. Obviously, I haven't seen a lot of raid tier tanking or Mythic Plus tanking from them, but they're still strong tanks. As far as DPS goes, the ones that I've done dungeons with, it could just be that they don't know the rotation very well, or they didn't spec properly, but they haven't been like top tier single target, and their AoE's kind of mediocre for what it ought to be. But like I said, I haven't played it specifically. I've just, from what I've seen from the ones that I've done dungeons with and stuff like that, there haven't been a lot of like overwhelmingly good thoughts about it. But that could also be spec too, because they've changed a little bit how they want you to play it compared to retail right now. So. Let's get our chest. Boom. We like that. More scrolls.
Right side.
Point. Oh. Got chocolate on my desk apparently. Oops. Yo, what up?
Also, switch off the set. Unless you have something.
Probably one of the coolest features that I like that they've actually brought back and made it a little easy to use is the voice chat. I feel like that's going to resolve a lot of the toxicity that happens in dungeons, or make it a million times worse. Either way, it's going to be an experience, to say the least. Oops. My bad. Point. Wanted to buy a taunt, maybe?
Come back. Ash, come back point. Dash him right side.
I'm just gonna keep that. Okay, so our tank left. That's cool.
Watch out, please. Reaper behind, Reaper behind.
Easy peasy.
Monkey on point.
YOLO. I think so. I think so, little buddies. Point.
I'm down.
Oh, buddy. There we go.
Storm Song has twisted this sacred place. We must press on and undo his foul work.
I am confused. So that's better than that. 3K DPS and having to tank it too. Yeah, so Fury is shitting on everything right now. Well, that's all relative. Hey, Brain Mints, appreciate that follow, brother. Keep that up. So the Warlock, who should be doing a ton of damage, ton more damage than the other specs, Warrior's taking it. Yeah, Fury's in a really good spot right now. I'm so excited. I don't think people understand how happy I am about these changes. The worst thing they could do now is make this not the reality come release. Now, if only they could fix the global cooldown change. Here we go. $4K DPS there. The Lock did 3.2 and the other warrior did 3.2.
Souls find peaceful calms.
Man, people thought tanks were gonna get mad when before. If I don't keep my haste up, I lose so much DPS on the pulls. So for Mythic Plus, I feel bad for any tank that's gonna be tanking for me because I'm gonna be making them pull hella fast. It's the only way that it works. Oh, buddy. Go, 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 go. Son of a gun. Trucking this other warrior though. What are he's doing wrong? Point. Oh, I'm stunned. No, 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 no. Messed up my haste buff there. It's upsetting.
bottom right.
Just keep the haze buff, keep the haze buff, keep the haze buff, keep the haze buff. Okay, we're fully charged. We're fully charged. Come on, 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 come on. Shit.
Stop this madness at once! The Cotiran fleet must not fall to darkness!
We must return to the sea, and Queen Ashara will grant us the power to do so. For the last time, join or die. Then I shall cast your bodies to the blackened depths, to be for eternity.
Uh-oh. I'm stunned. No. 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 Let me kill. Got him. 3K, and I was stunned for half that fight. Top the other warrior too.
You turned against the tide, Master. Now you have been pulled underneath it.
So with lust, you'll be like 120% haste.
Some unseen evil still lurks in the dark.
Kind of want to see what it'd be like with us.
Come to remove its influence from the shrine.
So what does this guy got? Helm and a chest guard.
It's too far away.
Tide Mother, do not listen to its whispers. This storm will try to twist your souls.
Pre-pop, 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 pre-pop. $3K, Warlock did 2K, 2.9, and the other ward did 2.6. And I got a helm. Boom shakalaka. Boom shakalaka laka laka. And he called me good DPS! He called me good DPS! That must mean it's true, right? Do one more with you, little buddy. I'll do one more with you. This will probably be the last one.
Hello?
Huh?
Jimmy.
I'm playing on the beta, babe.
I'm not playing me. You playing a new game?
Do what?
I'm playing a new game.
Well, there's a new game called Bless that came out. But you don't like those types of games, so... And Impended Victory. Woo. So I guess difference is relative to what you deem different. For Fury specifically, they've changed. So I don't know if you're familiar with the Warrior build right now in Legion. There's only a couple of ways you can kind of play them at top tier Mythic rating that works effectively. Bloodbath being the #1 build right now, and they're super mastery dependent. You have to have a certain amount of haste, etc. And of course, they're spiky DPS because of cooldowns. That's why you're still using Convergence of Fates 3 raid tiers later to make it all work. So what they've done is, for Warrior specifically, they've eliminated for Fury Warrior I should say, they've eliminated the need of that spiky DPS. It's wind up damage, and basically, long as you're doing damage, you're gonna do your type of damage. There's no like spike to it, except for your recklessness that pops up. But aside from that, you're gonna be high DPS class. You're not based off of any trinkets either. So if you remember in Nightfall campaign, you do all of that to get your trinket. And then in Tomb of Sargeras, same thing. You had to get a trinket to basically be top tier DPS. And then Convergence of Fate was still a thing. And then for Antorus, Convergence of Fate still one of your top trinkets. No longer is that needed to be like a relatively good DPSing spec as far as Warrior goes. The other part of that too is they've taken a lot of your tier 3 talents and they've changed them. None of these were your tier 3 talents previously. They've included Bladestorm and Fury, which is awesome. They've included Dragon Roar, which was traditionally a tanking talent, and then Meat Cleaver, Whirlwind generates an additional 2 rage per hit. So they've got 2 or 3 different builds you can go that allow you to be AoE build if you wanted to, that allow you to be single target, or you can do the combination and you're not stuck to it. So they've eliminated, since they're eliminating legendaries, they've made it more viable to be a warrior, basically. Since you're not nearly as gear dependent as you were previously. For survival hunters, they've made the survival hunter rotation better. They've eliminated like the 8 different wind-up abilities you need for it, and broken it down into basically 4 abilities, plus your wind-ups to do the damage to it, so you're more viable. And they've made the survival hunters ranged as well as melee, so if I wanted to, I could play survival and still be a ranged hunter technically, even though I'm using a spear. So that's what they've done for that. The global cooldown changes have been pretty significant too, in what they've done to affect a lot of that stuff. So, for instance, you can't make a macro or a macro that basically is a one-touch kind of deal where you press one button and it does everything for you. You have to kind of play based off of your GCDs and play a little bit more conservatively. So prop paladins have a lot more adjustments that they have to make than previously, just because all your oh shit buttons are now on the same button path as some of the other stuff, or the same cooldown, internal cooldown as the other stuff. Shadow Priest, they've changed Surrender to Madness to where it no longer kills you. when it runs out, it does 90% damage to you though. So long as you're topped off or at 91%, you won't die, which is a huge plus. It makes playing a Shadow Priest more viable because there's not the threat of death. And then of course the artifact armor. So like with mine, I went with the double crit. So Bloodthirst gains any one critical strike, rating every 1 second, stacking to 910. Which if you get on multiple pieces of armor, it stacks. So you can effectively do. You have a massive crit rating on your Bloodthirst, which is good because it procs all your other stuff when it crits. Let's see what else. Warlocks, Demonology's incredibly strong right now. They've changed it to where now when you summon, hello. When you summon pets, they do a lot more. They're a lot more versatile into what you can summon as well. So you can spec into multiple different Demonology specs and still have kind of a wide variety of things to do with it. Arcane, they didn't make many changes to. Frost, they didn't make many changes to. Fire, they didn't make too many changes to. Some of the baseline artifact stuff they implemented, but aside from that, they haven't made like significant changes to that. DK is still pretty DK-like in that regard. Druids, they've changed up the Boomkin, the balanced build a lot. They've made Pharaoh a little bit stronger, as if it needed to be any stronger than it already is. Reset. Reset. And reset the cooldown. Oh. $3.5k DPS. The DK did 2.1. The Demon Hunter, who's the tank, did 2.k, and the Warlock did 1.2k. On that particular fight.
No, the other
Okay. So they made some of the classes a lot faster paced than they used to be, which is really cool. While still maintaining the integrity of the playstyle. Obviously, I haven't seen what it's like for raid tiers with all specs. Haven't had a chance to see what it's like with arenas and stuff like that. Oh shit, I forgot to... Fuck. Break me out, 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 break me out! No! Break me out, stupid! Oh my god. Break me out.
Where was everyone? Here we go, here we go.
DPS so bad.
Make sure Lady Waycrest pays dearly.
So they since I haven't played every spec to its truest up to 120 through the leveling specs, the specs that I've played do feel different. They feel a lot more fluid. It seems like they've definitely homogenized a lot of the artifact stuff that you got in terms of like passives and things of that nature. So yes, they do feel different. Some of them don't necessarily feel different, which are the ones I named off, like Demon Hunter and Mages. I don't feel like they've done enough to them to make them feel different. But ultimately, the specs aren't in bad places in the current states, so I don't think they needed to be 100% different. So they have made many of the spells kind of combined. They've minimized what you need as far as spec goes. They've changed a lot of talent setups, which I think is a really good deal. So yes, I do feel like they're different or fresh, if you will. But that's only because either they were in bad states, or they were in states that made the game unenjoyable, if that makes sense. So like combat rogues. They've changed how the mastery works for them, and they've minimized the RNG base off of Roll the Bones, which I don't know if you're familiar with. And in its current state, either you do 5 million DPS or you do 1 million DPS. Which, if you talk about a point spread on anything like that, you know that's not a good spread to have in retrospect. So. I'm really pleased with the glaive design. I'm really pleased with the transmogs so far. I'm pleased with the fact that you're no longer tied to a weapon, but you're tied to a necklace, which we all know is kind of a remedial part that you never really want to think about anyways. I'm glad with how they changed the artifact overall into it being multi-spec kind of deal. I feel like that does a whole lot in regards to what you can and can't do with your class. And you're not tied to leveling 3 different artifacts to be viable in something. You can do one artifact and be viable for all 3 specs if you wanted to. Oh no, I'm mind controlled. No! Get off me! Let go! Yeah, absolutely, no problem. So getting mind control 2.6, the tank did 1.7, the DK did 1.1, and the Warlock did 500. I don't think this is the best group to be comparing numbers against.
My life for the Covenant.
Probably follow them. They know where they're going. Just being a dummy. Daily quest now reset. Yeah. Oh, the struggle's real right now. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Stop yelling. Point.
All that matters now is bringing Mercury. Anyone else gives me trouble? Back to the head with brother.
Oh, I died. I died, fellas. That's not good. Paladin's still trucked him. Ooh. Ooh. I probably should have waited to burn that. Whatever. Whatever.
Your ancestors wiped out my people, but they could not destroy me.
One, two, three. .5 DK did 2.9, tank did 2.7, warlock I really thought it did 2.9, and the DK did. Oh my god. Alright, chat. I think that's it. Got a good 3 hours in on it. I'm going to go see Solo today. I gotta do some chores around the house. I'll be on tonight. I don't know if I'll be doing any more BFA beta, but so we'll just log off right here, and yeah. So appreciate everyone stopping by. All the comments, questions. Definitely, if you guys have any other questions, always get to the VOD later. I went over all the talents and builds and stuff like that for the Warriors. So yeah, you guys have a great day, and if I'm not on tonight, I'll see you on Wednesday.